Welcome to another divine download of Detoxing from the Matrix podcast. I'm your host, lindscarricarte, and I am so excited to be here with you. I am a spiritual practitioner, a master spiritual psychology coach, a mental projector, and all around glitch in the matrix. And I am so excited to dive into today's conversation with y'all, where we are talking about the current energies, and we are going to talk a little bit about what ascension looks like, what it means, and what it really plays out as with 2 feet on the ground here in 3D in physicality. So let's take a moment, you guys, as always. Let's take a deep breath in together and exhale out and just drop into this moment. Let us just come into this moment together, just taking that breath again and just recognizing in this moment that there is only perfection. There is only divine flow. I recognize the truth of all things, and that truth is oneness. I recognize that there is one true source, one true spirit, one true intelligence governing all. And I recognize that it is you, it is me, it is all of us. And I recognize this dance of consciousness that we are in. And I revel in the gratitude of these times that we are in right here, right now. And I just declare that we are blessed, that I am blessed, that you are blessed, that we are blessed with this knowingness, with this truth, with this coming together, with this technology. And I just bless this episode. I bless this download. I bless each of you as you're going on your way, just knowing that your truth is pouring forth, your soul mission is pouring forth, and you are exactly where you need to be. And I just recognize that no matter what growth, what challenge, whatever it is that is unfolding, it is all divine, because you are divine, I am divine, everything is divine. There is nothing that God is not. And I just invite God into this space, and I recognize that God is. I recognize that spirit is. It is the truth of you, it is the truth of me, it is the truth of each and every one of us. And I revel in this time. And may you go on your way. May you go on your day. May you know the truth of your birthright of abundance, of prosperity, of expression, of freedom, of liberation. And I just release this word up as we dive into today's conversation. And so it is. I've been giving a lot of thought to what I wanted to dive into here today as we got into this episode after we took a little break. If you guys noticed, we had a little break in detoxing from the matrix. I personally had some integration that needed to happen, and I had a lot of downloads, a lot of my own internal growth, and that has dropped me into today, where I knew what was to be talked about next, where I knew exactly what needed to be shared and exactly what we needed to come together in a conversation about, so that you can recognize you're not alone, just like I know that I'm not alone. And we can recognize the perfection in exactly what is unfolding in us and around us. Because here's the thing, you guys, there's no separation between us and the external world, right? Separation, division is a vibration of consciousness. And in this vibration of consciousness, which most of us grew up in, it's this perceived thing, and it's backed by quote unquote science, right? So if you haven't listened to my episode on why science is bullshit, I'm going to link that in the show notes. Definitely check that out, because it's going to give you another depth of the conversation we're having today. But so much of our upbringing, so much of the way that we have been raised, so much of the consciousness that has been running the show has been steeped in the vibration of separation. Now, you guys, it's not to make it wrong or right. It's not good or bad. It is perfection. It's all perfection. Consciousness is smack in the middle of the dance that consciousness needs to be in. And it's expressing through you, and it's expressing through me, and it's expressing through each of us perfectly. It's expressing through the corrupt politicians. It's expressing through the people who maybe you don't agree with, right? It's expressing everywhere perfectly, including in the drug addict, all the way up to the most spiritual monk that is meditating on the top of a mountain somewhere. There is a sequence. If you get into fractals and you get into mathematics, there is something called the Mandelbrot effect. And Mandelbrot is a sequence that the mathematicians basically took having to do with fractals, and they applied the mathematics to it. And I'm going to post a link for you guys also in the show notes. If you want to go down the rabbit hole with that, you're welcome to check it out. You can Google Mandelbrot sequence, sorry, not effect. Mandala effect, Mandelbrot sequence. Mandala effect is a whole nother topic for a whole nother episode, right? So Mandelbrot, they basically took it and applied it to a graph, right? You know how in algebra and geometry and mathematics, they can graph things and they can chart things. So they charted the sequence of numbers, they'd applied the mathematics to it. And what happened was when they charted the sequence on the graph and it started to show the dance of what the fractal is doing, you could see very clearly how there were moments in the pattern that seemed like chaos. It seemed to be like a quote unquote anomaly. Oh God, what it's doing, it's all the way out there. That's not on track, right? However, when the sequence was complete and it moved through it, you had the perfect fractal. If you've ever looked at a fractal design, you know that when they apply the movement to it, it keeps going in and it's just itself and it keeps repeating and it's over and over and over again. It's like never ending. Okay. But the point is when you zoom out and you see the fractal in completion, it's like this beautiful work of art, almost like, you know, these paintings you see behind me and there's Starry Night. And I really believe Van Gogh was seeing, you know, the fractal nature and the energy when he was painting. And that's why his paintings look so fluid. So the point is in these fractals, every once in a while, there's like one that doesn't fit the sequence and it feels chaotic. If you're zoomed in on it, it feels chaotic. And it's the perfect thing, like Nikola Tesla told us, if we want to understand the universe, look in terms of energy, vibration, and frequency, right? And numbers. Tesla knew numbers. Numbers hold the answers. So this fractal and this Mandelbrot sequence, it shows us, right? When we are zoomed in, things can feel chaotic because it'll feel like, why is that happening? When we are zoomed out, we can understand, oh, it's happening perfectly because it's all part of this greater picture. It's all part of this perfect dance that is consciousness. So the question is, what establishes whether you are zoomed in or zoomed out? Well, the answer, my friends, you know, is consciousness, right? It is where is your consciousness at any given moment. Things like trauma, fear, anything that is a low vibrational pattern in our lives, addiction, poverty, depression, feeling like a victim, right? Any of these very low vibrational ways of being, separation, is going to have you viewing each thing, oh my God, it's chaos. It doesn't fit the pattern. What's happening? Why is it happening? When you clear that stuff out, you transmute your trauma, you clear out your subconscious mind, you meditate, you pray, you eat cleanly, you move your body, you move those energies out, you commune with your highest self, you spend that time in silence and contemplation and nature and reflection, you raise your vibration. And the more you raise your vibration, the more zoomed out you can see the bigger picture. You guys seeing where I'm going with this? You picking up what I'm putting down? Okay. So ascension, this time that we are living in, that's what's happening here, right? Ascension is about zooming out, but it's not about zooming out in a way that you leave the body behind or you check out or you dissociate, right? There are a lot of, and this isn't a judgment, this is just an observation. And I spent time in this, so I can recognize it. There are a lot of spiritual people who are so focused on the high vibration and the ascension, and they completely can't sit still in their bodies, right? Everything is about like, let me get out into the quantum, let me be out in consciousness. And they're not comfortable and okay and at peace here in their bodies, right? Ascension is really about descending our consciousness, our highest consciousness, our Christed consciousness into our physical bodies and purifying the physical body enough to hold the higher frequency of consciousness, right? There are beings and people who are a high frequency consciousness that the density of the body is like too much for them. And instead of doing the work to clear it out, all right, I'll just check out. I'll just live out in the ethers, right? We all know them. I've worked with some. I was that for a little while. And when I finally started to understand, okay, when I do the work to bring my body with me, for my body to be the vessel that can hold this higher Christed consciousness, this high frequency consciousness, that's what I'm here to do. That's the work we're doing. That's what detoxing from the matrix is really about, because the physical body, your subconscious mind, so your physical body is informed by your subconscious mind. So any patterns in your life, you guys know, right? You're not new here. You know that the patterns in your life, in your bank account, in your health, in your relationships, all of these things are manifestations of whatever is happening, whatever is believed, whatever is programmed into your subconscious mind. As you clear out your subconscious mind and you transmute those lower limiting patterns into higher frequency ones that are steeped and rooted in oneness, and yourself as a divine being, that's going to start to inform the body differently. This is why your hair might feel like it changes, or you may notice your skin changes. So, for example, very tangible results of this work is over the past year, I have noticed my skin has never been more vibrant and clear with less problems and breakouts and pimples and blemishes, right? It's not because I've totally purified my diet. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I still have a piece of cheesecake every once in a while. Why? Because I love cheesecake. I adore cannolis. If I see a cannoli, I'm not gonna not have it. And I'm so happy when I'm eating it. It does all the transmuting for me, right? I drink coffee. So my diet is not this perfect pure diet, but I notice these changes in my physical body due to the work that I'm doing in my energy field and in my subconscious mind. It's powerful, you guys. Like, yes, I'm not saying don't take care, like, of course, and I take care of my skin, right? I use good products and I'm willing to do that, but I'm not doing that from a place of I have to fix the problem. I'm doing it from a place of honoring and nurturing who I am, because that's part of it too, you guys. So this thing with ascension, right? It seems like it's this fluffy spiritual concept, but really it's not. It is about raising the vibration of your body and your cells. So clearing out whatever needs to be cleared out so your physical body can hold more of your higher frequency consciousness. Now, there is no one size fits all answer to this. This is why I have found myself not having a resonance with a lot of the online coaching space anymore, because there's a very real pattern in the online coaching space. And again, this is ascension in real life. So I'm just going to break it down for you guys. I'm going to share with you guys like I love to do. There's a pattern in the online coaching space that would have you believing that, hey, I have this answer, right? Here is the answer. It's this one size fits all product. Here you go. It's going to give you what you need in your business or in your healing or whatever it is you want to manifest. Here you go. Just do this. One size fits all. Boom, boom, done. Bang, bang. Here we go. That's not necessarily true. If it was true, it would work for everybody. And the fact that every single coach out there that has one of these systems or strategies, their systems and strategies can only meet people where they are, right? Because it's not the system or the strategy, it's our energy and our consciousness and our identity. So, ascension as well. There's not a one size fits all approach to this, you guys. Like, one of you may have a whole thing with sugar. And so sugar is one of the things that you need to unattach yourself from. You need to purify yourself from. You need to detox yourself from, because that's your area where there is an attachment or an addiction or a need for that thing. And so that thing is lowering your vibration instead of raising it. Again, real life example. For me, it's been revealed that it's been money. Money, 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 right? We all love money. We all need money. So it's very easy for the ego to justify that money can be spiritual and money, blah, 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 blah. And yes, yes, yes. Money's not bad or good. Money's beautiful. However, I had to detox myself from my addiction and my dependence upon money to prove my worth and know that I was successful and feel like I was in trust and in high vibration. So money got taken away from me. Money, the amount of money coming in drastically decreased. And at first I was like, oh God, what's wrong? What am I doing? Right. And I started to look externally for the problem. And then I said, no, 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 this isn't an external problem. This isn't a marketing problem. This isn't a sales problem. This isn't a freaking clarity problem. This is a problem in my consciousness. This is a problem in how I see money. This is a problem in my relationship with money. And I'm being shown something here. So I surrendered to the process and I accepted it. And I continuously turned it up and put it on the sacrificial altar, if you will, of my own consciousness, giving my bank account, my business, my life over to divine. Because yes, 100%, you are divine, I am divine, we are all divine. And we have to be very careful not to get caught up by our egos. Once we recognize, well, I'm divine, our ego likes to creep in and say, well, then blah, 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 and get all these like big dreams and goals and things that are connected to proving ourselves, masquerading as a divine, inspiration. And a lot of times it's not divine inspiration. If it's rooted in the external world, it's not really divine inspiration. It's not wrong or right either, you guys. There's nothing wrong with wanting money. There's nothing wrong or bad with desiring material success or things or any of it, right? It's about coming to the place where you are brutally honest with yourself about why you want that thing. Why do you want the money? Why do you want the material things? So what the lesson that I've been shown is that I have all the money I need to feed myself, to take care of the bills that need to be taken care of. I'm provided for, and then I'm being shown how much I am provided for in ways that have nothing to do with money, where I still get my needs met, because I very much had a belief, well, I have to have money to be able to get the things that I want and get the things that I need. So like yesterday, someone showed up and brought me a huge plate of delicious breakfast. I got an email from Starbucks for a free coffee because it's my birthday this week. So all of these things that I love to partake in, good foods and a good coffee, I'm being shown that they can just show up regardless of money because there's a flow. And I'm being shown how to have patience and how to revel in the joy and the bliss and the high vibrations of simplicity that have nothing to do with my bank account. I am being liberated through my lack of money flow. So you guys, right now, the ascension energies are asking that you face your master teacher, that you lean into the thing that feels so fucking blocked in your life and is not flowing, so that you can step into your liberation. That's what's going down right now. You guys, detoxing from the matrix, ascension, soul sovereignty, all these beautiful spiritual terms that we throw around. It's not all love and light. It's not all pretty. It's downright messy. It's confronting. And sometimes it really fucking hurts and it can be terrifying. To let go of your ego's need for something like money or sugar or a relationship or sex will feel terrifying at times. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, you guys. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It will bring up everything that you are afraid of, and your ego mind will have you convinced that you are going to die. But I promise you, you're not going to die. You're not going to be forgotten. You're not going to be left out in the cold, unfed, hungry, alone, and forgotten. It's not going to happen. You are divine and you are here for a reason. You are navigating this path for a reason, and however it is manifesting for you right now, I invite you to lean back and trust that. If it's guidance you seek, I invite you to go for that guidance. If it's community you seek, go where your soul is leading you. We are in a time of being asked to let go of the way we thought things had to be, the things we thought we needed, and to open our hearts and ourselves up to the true faith and the true guidance and the true trust that this is really happening. Your consciousness is ascending. You are expanding in your consciousness. You are zooming out. So the things that maybe once felt chaotic, you now see the bigger picture. And if you're still getting caught in the chaotic point, the invitation is to do the deeper work, do your trauma work, do your subconscious reprogramming work, right? Look at your patterns and look at what the lessons you are here to learn. What is it you need to detox from? Because that's the vibe right now, you guys. That's what we're really doing here. Like when you really understand and you zoom out and you see the bigger picture, it's laughable that we ever were hyper focused on money or social media or who's president or who's not or anything. It's just so small compared to the bigger picture that's playing out in consciousness. It's so small. And the things that we think matter really truly don't. It's so small in the greater scheme of things. And when you really start to tap into this in your own consciousness, you will feel your liberation unfolding from within you. And that is what life is all about. Because I don't know about you guys, but I didn't come here to win the slave matrix, like the slave race. I didn't come here to win the rat race. Like, have you ever wondered why they call it a rat race? I don't know about you, but I'm not here to be a rat. I'm here to be a divine spiritual being expressed as a human. I'm made in God's image, and so are you. I'm not here to be a rat in the race. I'm not here to play the slave game and try to win it. I am here to liberate the bonds of my old consciousness and my soul for whatever comes next. And I don't claim to have all the answers, but I do know that what I feel about this resonates as the deepest fucking truth in my body. So if you're not sure, borrow my certainty for now. You guys, I love you. Let's just take a moment and take a deep breath in and just recognize with reverence the truth of who you are. I recognize you. I see you. I know that exactly where you are is perfect. I know that you are being shaped and molded for something so great, and that greatness is divine pouring forth through you. That greatness is you liberating yourself from the binds of your DNA, your ancestral, your past life, your trauma of this life. You are here for something so fucking powerful. You are an expression in this dance of divine consciousness, and that is perfection. And nobody can take that from you ever, because that is who and what you are. And it's nobody's to control. Know that. Go forth out into the world and be wildly you. I will see you guys online. If you loved this episode, don't hesitate to let me know. Please leave a review if it activated in something in you. Reach out to me on social media. If you'd like guidance or have any interest in doing some deeper work, feel free to reach out at any time to see what I got going on and how we might work together. I love you guys. Go forth, buckle up, and ride these waves of ascension. And I'll see you in the next episode.